Hi fellow homeschoolers, it's Amber Marie from Forging Foundations, and today I'm bringing a video to you about the beginner books by the Good and the Beautiful. This is the box set, Box A, which makes me believe that they will be having more box sets in the future. This is for the between level K primer and level K, or during level K. These are just extra readers. There are 10 readers in here, and I'm going to be showing you a little flip through of each one, along with talking about the high frequency words that they have in each and how I would introduce them to my son. So let's go ahead and take a look.
The Good and the Beautiful Beginner Books boxed set comes in this little cardboard box. It has an opening on one side, and all 10 books slide in pretty easily. Each book is made of a glossy cardstock cover and back, and the pages are made from a glossy paper. These books are what I would consider phonics readers. These are beginner books that focus on phonics patterns and sight words that a new reader can practice and review. The sentences are simple, and there is repetition to help with building confidence, and the illustrations also help the child with understanding the sentences on each page. There are two parts to each book. In the front of the book, on the first page, after the cover page, the first page contains practice and review of different reading skills such as sight words, vowel practice, along with more focused review such as B versus D recognition, pronunciation of I and A, special punctuation like exclamation marks, and the recognition of letters shown in different font styles. The rest of the book contains the story, and the stories have either a subject or narrative focus. Such as Birds and Homes, that is more of a subject book where it talks about different birds and homes and what they look like. Are they red? Are they big? The storybooks, such as Max or The Kite is Red, follow a character throughout the book in a story narrative format. For example, The Kite is Red is about a boy and his dog flying a kite. It ends up falling in a creek and getting damaged, and the dad then fixes the kite and he's able to fly it again. Now, I'd like to take you through a few things that I noticed while I was flipping through the readers before showing you the readers themselves and how I would group them. First, the books follow a simple sentence structure and contain subjects that include nouns and pronouns such as he, it, or we, and predicates. The predicates of these sentences include verbs, which in some cases are helping verbs such as can and will, along with adjectives and other nouns. You do run into a few compound predicates and subjects, which I'll go into detail with examples later in the video. Other parts of speech include interjections such as oh, yes, or no, followed by an exclamation point or a comma, prepositions including in, on, and up, and conjunctions like and, along with the articles a and the. Most of the words in the stories are easily decodable with basic phonics skills, with a few exceptions that use the silent E or vowel and consonant blends and diphthongs that may not have been learned yet by an early reader, such as kite, home, the, or snow. There are also a few irregular words that have long vowel or irregular vowel sounds, such as go, so, do, and o. Most of these words are included in the sight word list that Jenny showcases on the front page of each reader, so if you're reviewing those each time you read, they should become easier for your child to recognize. Now I'd like to take you through how I grouped these books based on difficulty level. I took some time flipping through each of the books and taking into account 3 different things. First, the sentence structure, specifically with the length and word choice within each sentence. Number 2, the amount of decodable words in relation to the number of high frequency and irregular words within the text. And number 3, the repetition or variation of the sentences throughout these books. When referring to high frequency words, there are many riddled throughout these readers. They're also known as sight words. However, I will be focusing on ones that may not be easily decoded, and these include the following words: a, I, the, is, has, go, he, we, know, do, and, see, and you. These are the words that I felt weren't as easily decodable and might need to be considered sight words where your child can read them by sight. Finally, I did want to note that these level groups are of my own recommendation, and they are in no way the only way that you can group these books. These are just my opinion on how I would group them based on the things that I'm going to show you. So in group number 1, I would say this is the lowest level of difficulty. The 2 books that I would say fall in this level are the books Birds and The Hill. And the reason I put these in the lowest level of difficulty, group number 1, was because of the simple sentence structure they had that only included punctuation like periods. Also, all the words were decodable and only included short vowels and vowel consonant or consonant vowel consonant patterns. And the high frequency words that were included were the, a, is, and I, which I feel are some of the more simple words that have also been introduced in the Level K primer and the supplement for that level as well. Group 2 would be the next level up from Group 1 in difficulty, and these books are The Fox and the Cub. Now, the reason these are a little more difficult is because of the high frequency words that they include along with the helping verbs. But I do want to say that they have simple sentences with periods, just like level 1, along with decodable words that only use short vowel sounds and follow the same patterns, the vowel consonant and the consonant vowel consonant patterns. The high frequency words are the same as in level 1, however, they do include 2 more, has and go, which are a little hard to pronounce or remember. And the helping verb they have is can, which can make the sentences a little more difficult to read. Group 3 is the next level up from Group 2 and 1, and the books in this group are Homes and Max. This group of books includes simple sentences with periods, but they do have more variation in the sentence length and the word choice. They use more pronouns such as it, he, and we, and their decodable words are mostly short vowels following the vowel consonant or the consonant vowel consonant patterns. However, they do now have the silent E words included, such as home, and the high frequency words, there's more high frequency words included in this as well. That has the, a, we, go, is, see, he, and I. So there's a few long vowel sounds there that could mix up your child. Group 4 is the second to last group of books that I leveled based on difficulty, and the books that are included in this group are The Title's Up and The Kite is Red. Now, this group of books I would suggest for students who are already in the Level K language arts curriculum by The Good and the Beautiful. They're a little more difficult, and there's more punctuation that is not introduced until Level K, such as the exclamation point. They're still simple sentences with periods, but the exclamation point is introduced in these books. And Jenny does include the exclamation point review in the other practice on the first page of one of these books, but your child's not going to learn about exclamation points until the Level K Good and the Beautiful language arts curriculum. So you might want to wait on these books till later. Another thing about these books are they have more variation in the sentence length and word choice, and they have sentences that are commands, or which are also known as imperative sentences, such as run Tim with an exclamation point. Also, this is the first set of books that include interjections like oh, yes, and no. And these words are normally followed by either a comma or an exclamation point, which makes them interjections. They also add to the sentence variation, which makes it a little more difficult to read because you have to pause after saying these different things. Repetition of words is used in these books for emphasis, and there are more pronouns used as in it and he. Decodable words are mostly using short vowels, and they follow the vowel consonant and consonant vowel consonant patterns. Silent E is included in these books as well, with words like kite, and there are irregular vowel sounds in words like o. The high frequency words included in these readers are the, a, has, go, and is. And these books also use the helping verb can. Finally, the last group of books is what I would consider the highest level of difficulty out of these readers, and it is group 5, and these books are Snow and Dot the Dog. These books include simple sentences with periods and exclamation points. There's more variation in the sentence length and word choice, and they also include interjections like oh, yes, and no, which add to the sentence variation. There are more than one sentence that appears on a page, and sentences include compound subjects and compound predicates. And I mentioned this earlier in the video, but just to give you a little more detail on these, compound subjects are when there are two subjects or two nouns that are joined by a conjunction, such as and this can be found in the story Dot the Dog. There's one page that has Dot and I sit, so the compound subjects there are Dot and I. The example of a compound predicate is when you have two actions being done by the same subject or the same person. So this is actually found on the last page of the book Snow, and the example is I get in bed and see the snow. So the compound predicate there is get in bed and see the snow. There's two actions happening by the same subject. So these are more difficult sentences that I would probably say are more appropriate for level or grade 1 students. However, if your child is in the level K curriculum by the Good and the Beautiful, they will be seeing sentences and compound subjects and compound predicates later in the curriculum. So it'll be appropriate if they are in that. A few other things to note are there are more pronouns used, such as it and I, and the decodable words are mostly short vowels like the other readers, and they do follow the same pattern of vowel consonant and consonant vowel consonant. There are silent E words here that are included, like home, and there are irregular vowel sounds like in the word snow. The OW makes the O sound, so that is an irregular vowel pattern. And the high frequency words that are included in these readers are the, a, no, go, is, see, has, you, do, and, so, and I. And the helping verbs in these readers, there's 3 of them. It's can, will, and do. So all of these things make, I feel, this last level the most difficult because there's so much variation and there's so many different words that your child is going to encounter that your child will definitely need to be more of a fluent reader and maybe further along in the Good and the Beautiful Level K curriculum.
Thank you so much for watching my video today on the box set Beginner Books by the Good and the Beautiful. If you have any questions about these books, please leave a comment in the section below. Give it a thumbs up if this video was helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.